Hello everyone, Ryan here with Product Impressions, and I've been using these Sesh headphones from Skullcandy for about 5 months or so before they just started crapping out on me. The Bluetooth connection doesn't really keep, and particularly the right side seems to fail all the time. If I go outside, I don't know why, I guess there's some more electrical interference or other signals or whatever. But if I am moving around at all, these things just crap out and aren't really worth anything. So we are going to be trying the new Indy Evo headphones, also from Skullcandy, keeping with the whole economical, less expensive headphones as far as wireless workout headphones are concerned. Supposed to get 30 hours of battery life, so we're going to try these out, see how they work, see if they're actually worth it.
So here we have the Indy Evo headphones from Skullcandy. Let's take a look at the box. First up, we have IP55 water resistant, so that should be good for exercising. Up to 30 hours of battery life, and use either bud at individually if you want to. So that is kind of nice for people who like to have one in to hear something while they're falling asleep or something to that effect. And you can find it with tiles, so if you happen to misplace the little case in the earbuds, you should be able to find it using your phone. So that is nice. Nothing on the side there. Here we have up to basically 30 hours of battery life, 6 hours in the buds, and 24 hours in the case. So I guess if you are traveling, that should be good for you. Get 10 minutes charging for 2 hours of audio. That is very nice. A whole bunch of regular headphone stuff. Take calls, volume control, music, movie, and podcast equalizer mode. So that is nice. I'm going to have to try out all of those. What is actually in the box? You have earbuds, case, the ear gels to hold them in, charges with a USB-C, nice, keeping up with modern times. And that is pretty much it. So let's go ahead and take a look in the box. There we are. So here we've got the headphones for either side, tucked away in the foam there. Looks pretty nice. The usual little Skullcandy skull on there. Not the classiest design, but not terrible. And you can see little charging pins on the bottom. And then we have the case. Comes with 3/4 charge, pretty typical. And there's the USB-C charger right on the bottom. And there we got a little baggie with additional ear tips and the USB-C charger. And the usual, user guide, register your product kind of paperwork crap. And instructions on how to pair. Bluetooth is always pretty simple. So let's get these fully charged up and try them out. A quick little addendum, you just drop them in, they fit in nicely like that, and you can see a red light on each side when they are charging. So, yeah. It seems like there's a little bit of resistance in there when I actually closed it, but we will have to watch that and see if it goes away, gets worse, gets better, whatever the case may be.
Alright, I've been using these headphones for a couple of weeks now, and I must say that their battery life is basically exactly as they described. I did go for close to 6 hours before the battery ran out just on the headphones without putting them back into the case, and I have only had to recharge them one time over the course of the last couple of weeks, and right now they're still pretty much full. I use them for a couple of hours a day. I would say that their estimate of 30 hours on a charge is pretty accurate. Some of the other features on these headphones, they do have little touch panels on the sides. These are not terribly reliable. I have tried taking them out of the case so that they turn on in different orders, and almost invariably the right-hand side ends up not working within a minute or two after taking them out. So I would say you cannot really rely on the touch controls for these particular headphones. Another thing that I wanted to show is they say that it is a easy control to use. Here are all of the controls that you can do with the touch panels on the sides when they are working. There's about 9 or 10 different functions on each headphone. Even after using these for 2 weeks, I still end up looking at this to figure out how exactly it is, how to do what it is that I want to do. So I would say that the controls are not that easy, despite their assertion otherwise. The audio itself is very nice. A couple of things I would like to point out is they do have different EQ settings. The first of these is podcast. I use this a lot more because I listen to a lot of podcasts. Basically what this does is accentuate the high end and take out a lot of the lows and mids. It makes it very easy to hear what a person is saying. And if the podcast is not really professionally done, you might hear people tapping on the desk or typing or something like that. When you take out the low end, it takes out a lot of that resonant sound that can be really irritating. If they also have a movie setting, which accentuates the low end and the high end, so you should be able to hear a lot of special effects as well as dialogue without too much difficulty. Finally, they have a music mode, which tends to be pretty flat. It doesn't really accentuate anything in particular, maybe a little bit on the low and mid end, but not a lot. It tends to be a pretty good representation of what the music actually sounds like. There is also an ambient mode. I have not found much use for that. It seems to just add a lot of white noise to what you're listening to. And if you are planning on using an ambient mode to talk to someone, just be a decent person and take the headphones out of your ears. Just talk to the person. It's a lot easier than trying to mess with the touch controls and all of that. All right, hopefully this has been of some help to you in reviewing these Indy Evo headphones. They are about $80, which isn't terrible for headphones. Skullcandy has had some issues in the past. I do still have the previous ones that I've reviewed, the Sesh for workouts. They're not that great. They've basically started to die after 6 or 8 months. So time will only tell if these last any longer. Given the issues I'm having with the touch panel on the side, I'm going to guess that they won't. But if you really can't spend any more money than $80, these are okay headphones to go with. Overall, I would say look for something from a more reliable brand, but these are available if you really need some less expensive exercise headphones and really want the wireless form factor. Usual YouTube stuff. Like, share, subscribe. See you next time.